Hey YouTube, it's Ed from Six String Supplies. This is actually our first video, 80 odd days. So big apologies for that. There's a couple of reasons which I'll get into shortly. I hope everyone's obviously staying well and healthy. I'm today going to be announcing, not a relaunch so to speak, but just introducing our new, our pre-wired kit range, as well as some components which you can see on the screen there. Stay to the end of the video to get the discount code for Black Friday, which will give you 20% discount on our pre-wired kit range. So the reason why we haven't uploaded for a while, Six String Supplies has always been, originally started, should I say, as a side business, which I had been building up organically, reinvesting the profits each year, which were very minimal at first, but year on year it's grown, like I say, organically, but quite substantially at the same time. The time was right. I would quit my incredibly stressful day job, which happened and became a reality as of the 1st of October of this year. Thanks to everyone who has offered their support and good luck wishes for this. We haven't looked back in that respect. It's been a good journey, but the reality is it now it actually does properly start. Now that I'm doing this full time, once we get past Black Friday and the run up to Christmas, we're actually going to be finishing a bit earlier this year, with a view to being able to upload more regular videos to our channel going forward. So the main philosophy of this channel will always be how to DIY wiring tips and tutorials and that kind of thing, but naturally, because we've got a lot more time to do stuff, there's only so many wiring tutorials you can do. So we will have the odd behind the scenes video, which I guess is what this one is, but this one is more of a hello, hope you're all well, and here's a 20% discount for Black Friday. We've always done pre-wired kits. A lot of people who subscribe to this channel, and a lot of people who don't subscribe to this channel, have been purchasing our pre-wired kits for the last 4 years or so, which is when we really did start to... They've been our core product for the last 4 years. We've had a little bit of a rebrand this summer, which was as a result of not only going full-time, but I'll explain in a second that we actually have our own custom audio components. I'll get into that in a sec. So we've kind of rebranded the pre-wired kit range as SSS Premium. SSS obviously being Six String Supplies. SSS Premium pre-wired or wiring harnesses or whatever you want. It comes in a nice boutique little black box like this. Just to explain a couple of things here. So Six String Supplies is the business. SSS Premium is one of our brands, and that covers the pre-wired kits, both classic and the solderless range, which is kind of increasing gradually, and BCP is Black Country Pickups, which has been on hold since pre-COVID March. This time last year I bought a winding machine and started learning how to wind pickups. We have managed to get 2 models out on the website, which I'll link to below, but they're both for Strat, and they're actually both very similar, so that needs to be tweaked. As time goes on, we will gradually increase our offerings, but I think the reality is, as we are a very small company and the pre-wired kits is the main core of the business, I will probably look to employ someone, because now we're in a position where we can, to do the pickups, or dedicated to winding pickups. Anyway, enough waffling again. So it comes in a nice box. They're all the same size pretty much. A lot of people have seen these kits before. SSS Premium, nice template, matte black finish. We've got CTS pots, paper and oil capacitors. Most of our Fender style kits will use the, well, they all do apart from the 4-way version. We'll have the CRL blade switch. Personally, I find it a little bit superior to the Oak Grigsby, but not much. There's nothing wrong with the Oak Grigsby switches whatsoever. That's about it really. That's that. Like I say, stick around. We'll have a discount code on the which you can use on the website. It's for Black Friday only. It gives you 20% off on our pre-wide kit range. That will start at 1 minute past midnight GMT. I'll put the equivalent of the US time zones on there as well. And it ends Sunday at 23:59. So get your order in this weekend. But anyway, what makes our kit so special, or what makes them, rather, I should say, stand out from many others on the market? Because there's a lot of choice in the market. A lot of them use CTS pots, paper and ore capacitors, even the CRL switches. Not only do I like to think that our product presentation is bang on, they are very neatly and professionally soldered. We're one of a very small handful of companies that have their custom audio components made for them. So this is what has made this year so exciting. Six String Supplies has grown to the point, and this is thanks to me reinvesting our profits each year up until now, essentially. At the very beginning of the year, we took delivery of our custom-made paper and oil capacitors. Now, these are not someone else's capacitor with our label slapped on top. These are made for us to our specification by a factory in the USA. It took me 4 to 5 years to find a factory that would be able to supply us with our own paper and oil capacitors. Well worth the wait, I have to say. They are superb. Now, look, obviously there is a lot of snake oil around with paper and oil capacitors. Some will swear by them, and others will think the whole thing is exactly that, snake oil. From our point of view, a lot of it was down to branding, but I have to say, they are superb. The only way you'll ever know is by trying them, I guess. And the other major investment we made this year, which was a long-term target from before we started trading, was to have our own custom spec CTS pots. Now, you have to excuse the light reflection, but as you can see, the text on there, Six String Supplies, 500k or 250, depending on what the pot is. So we've got the big four here. We've got the 250Ks solid and split shaft. These are pit guard mount only, so just be aware of that. They're perfect for Fender models, essentially. They will go through a pit guard or a control plate on a Telecaster or a bass. And the 500Ks, short and long shaft, depending on what model you're putting them into. So again, there's a lot of companies out there with their own custom spec CTS pots. So these the brass shaft, brass bushing, long life. We've gone for standard torque. I know in the States, low torque seems to be very popular, and in Europe anyway, standard torque seems to be more popular. This was a personal choice, actually. I personally don't like the low torque. Not that there's anything wrong with them. I just find them, if they're too loose, pots loosen up over time anyway. If they're too loose from day one, I'm the sort of player that accidentally knocks the volume control with my hand. Now, that's nothing wrong with the pot. That's my technique that needs to change. But the other unique thing about these is the taper. We've gone for a fairly... It's an audio taper, but it's not far away from linear. If you remember our previous video a few months ago now, which was on how to measure the taper of a pot, whereby you turn the pot to halfway of its rotation, you take the reading, and then that will give you the actual taper of the pot. So our pots are 25% audio taper. We've called them SSS Premium Vintage Taper Pots. The reality is there are pots on the market that have a 30% taper, and they refer to those as vintage. And there's also pots on the market that have a 15% taper, and they're also marketed as having a vintage taper. So ours are in the middle at 25. 25, I feel, is a perfect all-round taper. It's not too shallow, which is what sometimes once you go above 30, you're in the linear range, and then it becomes a bit too linear. And obviously, the closer down to 10 you are, the less action you get as you're rolling down the control. So we've gone for 25 because I think that's a nice all-round number. Again, like I say, nothing wrong with any other pots out there, and there's nothing really that makes our pots superior to any others because they're all made by CTS. I'm talking about CTS pots here. Give them a try. We've not had any negative feedback whatsoever on them so far. We've had these for a couple of months now. So I'm not just saying that, they are quite popular. So I'm very pleased with how that's all turned out. There you go. Right, so excuse me, the whole point of this video was to explain about the discount. So the discount code for Black Friday weekend is quite simply SSS 20. Triple S 20. Use that code at checkout. It's only valid on pre-wired kits. It's not website wide. It's only on this product category. So if you want to fill your boots before Christmas, for example, get your order in before close of play on a Sunday night. That's UK time. Obviously, whatever the equivalent of the US time is, it's on your screen now. That is when the discount will end. If you're concerned about slow shipping, don't be. All international orders are shipped on DHL Express, which is often next day. We delivered to New York in 27 hours last week. The odd international delivery will take 4 to 5 days. That's just the reality of customs. But generally speaking, 9 times out of 10, you're looking at we state 2 to 4 days. Thank you very much for watching. Any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to get in touch. And we'll see you real soon in the next video.